15 years ago, while working at the post office, I came across a set of UK A to Z stamps that sparked a dream of travel and creativity. And now, I'm finally bringing that dream to life in my dad-built campervan. To start things off, I'm heading to England's capital, London, to tick off 5 of the UK A to Z locations. But it wasn't without its challenges. My mind's exhausted. Let's go back to the beginning. Right, I'm packing. The UK A to Z starts today. So I'll be going up to London. There are 4 of the UK A to Z's in London. Now, as I'm only going for a few days and I'm packing light, I'm going to put my cardigans and jumpers in here too. Amazing. I'm so excited. It's been a long winter. Right, let's turn the fridge on. So the 4 landmarks in London that are part of the UK A to Z are 10 Downing Street, which I can't actually access, so I'm going to have to go to like those black gates, which are pretty prestigious on their own. Kind of try and take a sneak peek, because nobody can access 10 Downing Street unless you probably have like a press pass or something. The next one is the Victoria and Albert Museum, which is free entry, regular opening hours. Saturday I have a tour booked for the Old Bailey. They only do tours on Saturday because obviously it's a working court with real cases Monday to Friday. And then the last one is London Zoo. I couldn't go without Jack, so he's meeting me Saturday night, staying with me and Ivy, and then we're going together on the Sunday. So there's 26 letters in the alphabet. To make it up to 30, the Royal Mail added on the 4 government houses of each country that makes up the United Kingdom. So Houses of Parliament is now part of the UK A to Z, but not an A to Z letter, if that makes sense. So Saturday, I also have a tour booked for the Houses of Parliament, which will be after my Old Bailey tour. So I best bring a packed lunch. Speaking of lunch, quick sandwich break. Right, back on the road and heading to London. I'm looking for a campsite called Abbey Wood, which is a caravan and motorhome club campsite. Aha, here we are. So new arrivals need to stop about here. All checked in and I filled up my water tank. Right, now let's do a close-up of our park up.
Park up, close up, we're finally here.
Nice modern reception room and the staff are very helpful and friendly. When you head outside, go through the red barriers and turn left. That'll bring you to the motorhome service point. I came back later in the day to show you the facilities. This is where I filled my van up with water. When you walk beyond the service point, you can see one of the 3 shower blocks ahead, and my campervan is just parked over there on pitch 22. Let's check out the shower block. The first door we come to are the male facilities. If we follow the building round, the next door is the laundry and dishwashing facilities. So we have 3 sinks for washing up, and we have a washing machine and a tumble dryer. So the next door is staff only, and then we have an accessible bathroom and an accessible toilet. And then round the corner we have the female facilities. So after coming up here and using these facilities every day, I'm happy to report back that the toilets and showers are very clean. The shower water pressure and temperature is perfect. The cubicles have everything you need, from towel hooks to bench seats, and a corner shelf for all your toiletries. Here is the hair drying and spruce up section. And lastly, let's take a peek at the basins. So as you carry on past the shower block, there is a child's play park. And lastly, behind my pitch is another service point and the chemical toilet emptying point. So I normally shower in the evening and I'm going out tonight. My friends are playing a gig in London, so I'm going to go have my shower now. I am so out of practice. I got up there, I'd forgotten my towel, so I had to come all the way back and get it. And then as I was getting changed, I was struggling to like dry a foot, put a sock on, put my trousers on, like in one leg. Anyway, I normally bring Crocs and I've forgotten my Crocs. I'm out of practice. Hopefully it'll only get better. So I had an annoying leaf in my Max fan, so I've just taken the bug screen off. So I'm just going to pop it back on. So I'm going to be taking some live photos from my friend's band. So they're called bone bags. This is the lens that I'm going to use, which weighs a ton. And I've got my Canon DSLR. It should be fun. Right, I'm going to have some dinner first. So I have cheated. I made some dinners at home and then froze them and then let them defrost in the fridge whilst I was on my way up here. So yeah, I'm not going to be properly cooking tonight. I'm just going to be heating up. Glamping at its finest. I hate these plates. Like the middle sticks upwards. So it probably looks like I've got a food on here, but the plate actually sticks up. It's really weird. I really need some new plates. Right, so I haven't used my van in a while, so I'm going to put some purification tablets in my tank, leave it half an hour, and then put it through my system, just to make sure it's all sterilised. So I've got a 100-litre water tank, which I filled up to the top. So I have 4 tablets. And whilst that's sterilising, I'm going to head up to the shower block and use the washing up facilities. Oh, I've had to switch over to my mum bag. That shoulder bag was just too heavy. So I'm just going to go find a water point to fill up my drink. And then I'll get the tube. Right, so here I am ready to depart on the Elizabeth line at Abbey Wood station. That really was only an 8-minute walk from the campsite. So I got the Elizabeth line to Bond Street, so I can change to the Jubilee line to get to Westminster. Why Westminster, you ask? We are at Downing Street. These are the black gates I mentioned earlier in the video. The armed guards are something I was not expecting. They clearly take their security very seriously here. So there we are, 10 Downing Street. the residence and office of the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, the most famous residents, of course, being Sir Winston Churchill and Margaret Thatcher. Now, in terms of the photographs, yeah, it was a bit disappointing, but this one came out quite nice though. But hey, I came, I saw, I conquered, and that means we get to cross Downing Street off the list. I do love London. There's just something about it that's always felt like home. I'll be back here on Saturday for the Houses of Parliament tour, but for now, I've got to go to a gig. I have just arrived at King's Cross and I'm still celebrating my Downing Street triumph. The Star of Kings is tonight's venue.
This one's called Content.
Live music photography is one of my absolute favourite things to do. There is nothing more satisfying than getting the perfect shot. I am very pleased with how the pictures turned out. Good morning. Why am I using my water dispenser instead of my kitchen tap, you ask? Well, last night at about 1 a.m, well, this is when I got home from the gig, I thought, oh, I haven't put the water pump on yet to distribute the water throughout the system. It's got that sterilising tablets in it and I needed to brush my teeth and wash my face. So I turned it on and I just started hearing this hissing sound coming from the bathroom. And I was just like, what is that? It's never made that sound before. The mixer bar, the actual metal bar for my shower, has split. Oh, and it was water all in my bathroom. And this was at 1 a.m, and I'd had a few drinks. I'd had a pretty rubbish journey getting home. And I was knackered by the time I got home, and then this happened, and I think I probably shed more tears than my mixer bar was spewing out water, put it that way. I just had enough. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Let's crack on. Let's have some breakfast first. On my route into London again. So I guess it could have been worse last night. At least boiler was filled up with water, so it kept me warm. Could have been worse, it had heating. I've just taken the Elizabeth line to Whitechapel station, and now I'm getting the District or Circle line to South Kensington. The Victoria and Albert Museum. Yay, we made it to the Victoria and Albert Museum. Today's already better. The Victoria and Albert Museum is the world's leading museum of art, design and performance, Founded in 1852, it houses over 2 million objects, spanning 5,000 years of human creativity. Here's the replica of the statue of David. Am I even allowed to show this much nudity on screen? Hold on. This place is nuts. It's absolutely stunning. I don't think I'd have ever come here if it wasn't for this set of stamps, so thank you, Royal Mail. The V&A's Jewellery Gallery showcases over 3,000 pieces, from medieval treasures to modern designs. Each piece reflects changing styles. They also have quite a funky gift shop too. I'm confident we can cross this one off the list. Now it's my favourite time of the day. You want to know why?
There's a fork in the road. I'm so hungry.
So today I'll be reviewing the Ivy Asia. I wouldn't normally review a chain, but it's a special occasion. It's my nephew's birthday. This place is renowned for its decor and food presentation, so I was really interested to see what the food was actually like. We each had a 3-course meal from their lunch menu, and for our starters and mains we all chose something different. Honestly, the food really delivered. Everything we tried was full of flavour, definitely on the spicier side, and you could tell the quality was there. We all really enjoyed it. And now for dessert, we all had the ice cream. I'm on a diet, so I only ate the top of the mountain. Quite possibly the sweetest waiter of all time. Now another must-see in the Ivy is their bathrooms. And yes, a mirror selfie is of course mandatory. After the Ivy, we went to the Battersea Power Station, which is an iconic power plant turned shopping mall. I'm exhausted. I was actually going to go to the gym today because I've been trying to eat healthy and get some exercise. And I thought, whilst I'm away in London, I don't want to not exercise, but the amount of walking I've been doing, my body is exhausted, my mind's exhausted, from no sleep last night and all that stress with trying to get back to the campsite and the shower, splitting. Literally, it's going to be tea tonight, which I'll probably just have some toast, shower, really early night. It's only 5 p.m. right now. Literally considering going to bed. I'm so tired. I'm going to try and stay up till at least 8 o'clock. I just didn't really sleep a wink last night. Onwards and upwards. It's been a great day. I've had a lovely, lovely day. My bread is definitely too big for the camping toaster. Does anyone else have that problem? Right, remembering my Crocs, my toiletry bag, my towel, toothbrush, toothpaste, and PJs. As I've got a busy day with pre-booked tours, I'm making myself that packed lunch I said about. Changing at Liverpool Street to get the Central line to St Paul's. Right, so I've got the Old Bailey behind me. So this was a prison in the 1100s. It was also a place of public execution. The last public execution was in 1868, and the last execution behind closed doors was in 1902. This is now one of the most famous courts in the world. After going through an airport-like security, I'm in and the tour has started. This small piece of glass has been left here since the 1973 bombing of the Old Bailey. My feet are standing on two different time periods, the left on the original 1907 building and the right on the extension added in 1972. As you'd expect, filming is very strictly controlled here. No cameras are allowed inside the courtrooms, the holding cells or the judge's dining room. The courtrooms were surreal. We visited Courtroom 1, the UK's most famous criminal courtroom, which has hosted some of the country's most serious cases, as well as a more modern courtroom for comparison. We were also able to sit in different roles, including the witness stand, jury box, the press area and the lawyers' benches. Of course, some seats were off limits, including the judge's bench and the Mayor of London's seat. This tour was fantastic, something I highly recommend. I would give the host a 5-star rating. I took a shine to the staircase. You can tell this place was built around the same time as the Titanic. We can cross this one off. Now going from St Paul's back to Westminster. I made it to the Houses of Parliament. One of the first things I saw was an illuminated sculpture called New Dawn, whose light rises and falls with the tides of the River Thames, symbolising the ongoing tide of change in the fight for equality. Similar to the Old Bailey, filming inside the Houses of Parliament is also heavily restricted, with no cameras allowed in areas like the House of Commons and the House of Lords public galleries. It's well worth a visit. Behind these historical walls, centuries of political history have unfolded, shaping the laws and decisions that still impact the UK today. So the 4 government houses are on each corner of this sheet, but they're not an A to Z letter. Because why not? Killer sunset in London tonight. I've got my Jack attack. So after breakfast, I'm just making our packed lunch for London Zoo. Jack is a bit of a fusspot when it comes to lunch, so I'm literally just making him some plain pasta. As my siblings like to remind me regularly, I was exactly the same. The Elizabeth line was closed at Abbey Wood station today, so we got a National Rail train to London Bridge, and then from there we got the Underground to Camden Town. I'll let Jack explain the significance of this. So Jack, what animal are you most looking forward to seeing?
Penguin, because they're my favourite animal.
Hey, we made it to London Zoo.
It's snack time.
I think all of the A to Z's in London are finished.
No, but we haven't finished London Zoo yet.
No, but we're here. We definitely tick
What
it
about
off.
Angel of the North?
That's not in London. Yeah, the A to Z is not finished.
Take a
But
ride.
the London A to Z is finished. High five. Wow, Jack got to feed the penguins. We were not expecting this today. If we'd have known this was here, we'd have come to London Zoo a lot sooner. It was only £15 and this is a dream come true for him. The reason it has to be done through these tubes is because there's always a resident crane lurking, waiting to swoop down and steal their fish.
I saw some and fed some.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
ZSL London Zoo complete. We finished the A to D in London. Right, we are home. I definitely needed some recovery time after that trip. I don't know if you heard towards the end of the vlog, I had a bit of a cold, like I was really congested and bunged up. But yes, doing much better now. So the shower mixer bar has been replaced. And I didn't realise that the mixer bar that I had previously has been causing me quite a lot of problems for some time now. One of the telltale signs was that my water pump kept coming on when I wasn't running water. And I spoke to somebody about it around that time. They were like, oh yeah, that's normal for caravans and motorhomes. So I didn't really think too much of it, but it's not normal. But I'm new to all of this, so I didn't know that. I must admit, when I bought the old mixer bar, I just kind of went for, oh, it's black, it fits the style that I'm going for. I didn't really read the reviews or look at the quality too much, so my bad. That'll teach me. Do you remember in the van tour video when I said I couldn't find a shower head that doesn't leak? That was the mixer bar. Obviously it wasn't able to shut off the pressure properly and it was causing my shower heads to leak. It was causing my water pump to keep coming on. But now this new mixer bar, once the water pump comes on and the system is pressurized, it doesn't kick in again until I start running a tap, which is how it should be. So before it was clicking on every 40 minutes to an hour without me using any water. It splitting was a blessing in disguise, but obviously not at that time. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. We were able to tick off 5 of the UK A to Z's, but only 4 of them were letters. So we've got 22 more letters to go and 3 more government houses to visit. We'd love for you to come along on this journey with us, so please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you. The next episode will be hitting the West Country. So if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It will really help our channel. And we hope to see you on the next video. Take care. Mwah.
Photography, show us what